Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that everything you've spent years building is gone. Your savings, your plans, your future gone overnight. Most people believe they would stay strong. Most people believe they would figure it out, but that's only because the storm hasn't arrived yet. The truth is, we don't really know who we are when life is easy. Anyone can be calm when things are going well. Anyone can be confident when success keeps showing up. Anyone can feel strong when nothing is threatening them. Character isn't revealed during comfort. Character is revealed during chaos. More than 2,000 years ago, a wealthy merchant learned this lesson in the harshest way imaginable. His name was Zeno. At the time, he had everything. Most people spend their lives chasing money, status, security, a future that seemed guaranteed. Then one day, everything changed. A violent storm struck the ship carrying his cargo. The sea swallowed his fortune. Years of work disappeared beneath the waves. In a matter of hours, he went from wealthy merchant to a man with almost nothing. Most people would have spent years asking questions that have no answers. Why me? Why now? Why did this happen? Why is life unfair? But Zeno did something different, something that would later inspire generations of thinkers, leaders, warriors, and ordinary people. He accepted reality, not because he liked what happened, not because he enjoyed suffering, not because he felt no pain. He accepted it because reality doesn't negotiate. No amount of anger can reverse the past. No amount of complaining can change what already happened. The storm didn't care about his plans, and life often doesn't care about ours. This is where most people lose their peace. They spend years fighting reality. They argue with the past. They replay old conversations. They obsess over mistakes. They wish things had happened differently. Meanwhile, life keeps moving forward. The Stoics understood something that modern society often forgets. Suffering is not always created by events. Very often, suffering is created by resistance. We suffer because reality failed to meet our expectations. We suffer because we expected certainty in an uncertain world. We suffer because we demand control over things that were never ours to control. Think about how much of your life is spent worrying. Worrying about what people think, worrying about the future, worrying about whether you'll succeed, worrying about whether you'll fail. The strange thing is that most of these worries involve things that don't even exist yet. They're imaginary problems created by an imaginary future, and yet they steal real peace from the present moment. The Stoics had a name for this problem. They called it confusing what is within our control with what is outside our control. You can control your effort. You cannot control the outcome. You can control your actions. You cannot control other people. You can control your preparation. You cannot control luck. Imagine spending 6 months working on a project. Every morning, you wake up early. Every night, you go to sleep exhausted. You sacrifice comfort. You sacrifice time. You give everything you have. Then one day, it fails. Most people immediately conclude that all their effort was wasted. But was it? The discipline you built wasn't wasted. The knowledge you gained wasn't wasted. The person you became wasn't wasted. Only the outcome was different than expected, and outcomes were never fully yours to control. This is why so many people feel trapped by disappointment. They attach their happiness to results, to promotions, to money, to recognition, to followers, to views, to approval. They unknowingly hand over the keys to their emotional well-being to forces they cannot control. Imagine posting a video online. You spend days creating it. You write the script, you edit the footage, you design the thumbnail. You upload it. Everything up to that point belongs to you. After that, the outcome belongs to the world. Some people get 10 views, some get 10 million. Some become famous overnight, others remain unnoticed. The Stoics would ask a simple question. Did you do your best? If the answer is yes, then you've already succeeded. Because success was never supposed to be measured by applause. Applause comes and goes. Money comes and goes. Fame comes and goes. Even the people who praise you today may forget you tomorrow. But character stays. Character becomes part of who you are, and nobody can take that away. One of the most powerful Stoic practices sounds strange at first. It is called voluntary discomfort. The idea is simple. Sometimes, choose discomfort before discomfort chooses you. Sleep on the floor. Take a cold shower. Go for a walk without your phone. Spend a day without unnecessary distractions. Not because suffering is good, but because comfort can become a prison. The modern world teaches us to avoid discomfort at all costs. If something feels difficult, quit. If something feels uncomfortable, escape. If something feels painful, distract yourself. But every time we run from discomfort, we become weaker. And every time we face it willingly, we become stronger. Think about a person who has never experienced hardship, never faced rejection, never dealt with failure, never struggled. At first, that sounds like a perfect life. But when the first real challenge finally arrives, they collapse. Not because the challenge is impossible, but because they were never prepared for it. The Stoics believed that strength is built long before it is needed. A soldier trains before the battle. A firefighter trains before the fire. A pilot trains before the emergency. Why should life be any different? Mental strength is no different from physical strength. It must be developed before the storm arrives. There is another reason people suffer, a reason that is rarely talked about. Many people spend their entire lives chasing things they never truly wanted, not because they chose those goals, but because society chose them first. From a young age, we are taught what success should look like: a certain salary, a certain car, a certain house, a certain lifestyle. And before we realize it, we are climbing a ladder without ever asking where it leads. The problem is not ambition. The problem is unconscious ambition, chasing goals that belong to somebody else, living according to expectations that were never yours, trying to impress people who aren't even paying attention. The Stoics understood something that modern culture often forgets. Freedom is not having everything you want. Freedom is needing less. Because the fewer things required for your happiness, the harder it becomes for life to take your happiness away. Imagine two people. One needs luxury to feel successful. The other needs only peace of mind. Which person is truly wealthy? The answer becomes obvious the moment life becomes difficult.